When I was 14 years old and learning this piece, it was very challenging. This is how I learned it. But here's the real tempo. Hi, my name is Anne-Marie McDermott, and I'm a pianist with the Chamber Music Society of Lincoln Center. I'm very excited to be with you today to be speaking about Mendelssohn's epic C minor piano trio. Mendelssohn's C minor piano trio is really one of the great masterpieces in the piano trio repertoire. I always think of this piece like a feast. It kind of brings all of the great elements of Mendelssohn's writing into play, and it's both incredibly passionate and energetic. He has markings like con fuoco, with fire, and then you have some of the most spiritual, tender, and kind of a heart-tugging music in here as well. So right from the very opening of the first movement of this piano trio, you get this sense of something brewing under the surface. This is marked, allegro energico, con fuoco, with fire. Let me play some of it for you. You'll see Mendelssohn puts these swells in and then brings it back down. So really in the course of 8 bars, you've gone from, this is almost like entering from very far away. And then through the 8 bars, it just builds to this gorgeous forte. And what a way to draw the listener into this piece of music. You're grabbed right from the very beginning. And then as such a great contrast, when the second theme of the first movement comes, it's this pure, innocent, very tender theme, which sounds like this. Such a contrast to the opening. Very pleading. And then back into the movement where it builds that energico feeling again. I want to also just point out, to kind of bring this full circle in this first movement, how he starts to build the very epic ending to this first movement. So you remember this opening of the movement. So at the end of this movement, he starts building this with a tremolo. You hear this in the bass. And so forth. And I won't play it all now because you have to come hear the piece live. But it just builds and builds and builds to this very demonstrative and conclusive finale to this first movement.